This video is brought to you by guitarpronto.com. In this lesson we're going to have a look at the difference between major and minor chords. We're going to focus on the A major, A minor, and the E major and E minor chords. So before we get started, let's have a look at some basic chord theory. The chords we're going to be looking at today are the major and minor triads. They each have three notes which correspond directly to notes on the major and the minor scale. The first note, the root note, is the first note in the scale, which is the same for both the major and the minor. The perfect fifth is the fifth note in the scale, which is the same for both the major and the minor. And the note that changes when you go from major to minor chord is the major and the minor third. The major third is the third note in the major scale, and the minor third is the third note in the minor scale, and they're both different. So the first chord we're going to have a look at today is the A major chord. The A major chord is part of a group of 7 basic major triads, and they each have 3 notes. The first note, the root note, is an A note. The second note, the perfect fifth, is an E note, and the third note, the major third, is a note that's going to change, and that is a C sharp note. And now onto the A minor chord. The A minor chord is very similar to the A major chord. They both have the same root note, the A note, the same perfect fifth, the E note, but the note that's going to change, it's going to give us that unique minor sound, is the minor third. So the major third is a C sharp. We're going to take that a fret back, so it's going to be played on the first fret of the second string, and that's a C note. That's our minor third. To play this chord, you need to strum from the 5th string down. That applies for both the major and the minor chord, and you want to leave out the 6th string. That's going to sound like this. So it's for the major chord first. Now the minor chord, and if we play them one after the other, this is what it sounds like. Now moving on to the E major chord. The E major is another one of the basic major triads, so it has the 3 notes. The root note, which is an E note, perfect fifth, which is a B note, and the major third, which is a G sharp note. And again, that's the note that's going to change when we move from major to minor chord. Okay, so for the minor chord, we've got the same root note, the E note, the same perfect fifth, the B note, but what's changed again is the G sharp that was played on the first fret of the 3rd string is now been moved back 1 fret, so that string's now going to be played open, and that's going to be our minor third, so that's going to give us that minor sound, and that's a G note. Okay, to play this chord, this time we're going to strum from the 6th string down, so strum all 6 strings, and for the major it's going to sound like this. For the minor it's going to sound like this, and if we play them one after the other, this is what it sounds like. Okay, so let's recap on what we've learnt in this lesson. The basic major and minor chords are what are known as triads, and they have 3 notes. The difference between a major and a minor chord is the major and minor third. The minor third is a half step behind the major third, so if the major third was a C sharp, for instance, then a minor third would be a C note. Thank you for watching this video, and if you want more help on how to play guitar, make sure you visit www.guitarpronto.com.